Hello, Kaffae day 308. So I was working on setting up data. Uh, so training. I want to train linked headline titles that you're trying to share and making analogy to the tweet. Uh, so it's kind of like a summarization, but it's more on the Twitter side. It's more organic. You can say abstractive as well. So I'm trying to make that, and I got the tweet dataset. I just need to get the titles coming from the links they're sharing. Um, yeah, I know that LinkedIn provides that as part of their API, today's news API or today API, but it doesn't. It's not provided by Twitter's or the parser I'm using, which is called Twinch. So yeah, I have to like manually go fetch it, and that process takes a lot more time than I expected. So to process maybe 30 megabytes of tweets, it took about, I don't know, 4 or 5 hours. Like it kept shutting down. The Wi-Fi kept shutting down, and I'm not sure if it's because of the internet service provider or the Mac that I'm using. It feels like the port or network connection get overwhelmed, and maybe Wi-Fi gets shut down, and it leaves all the network hanging. So like once I shut off the program, like it starts resuming again. Like the Wi-Fi gets back up again, like immediately. So yeah, it's weird, but that's how it is. So that was very frustrating. I didn't get that much far yesterday. Um, I was also looking at like one of the YC's tutorial or lecture from before. It was about retention. I watched it about a year ago. It's a great one. It gives you a number like how much drop is acceptable. So about 50% drop happens in a month. That's normal. It's more about what happens afterwards. So after 1 month, like how much should you be losing? And the answer is none, almost none. So just to give an example, like Shopify has a drop rate of 10% after 1 month, so that's a lot, but it doesn't go down any farther. So that's a great sign, even after a year. In contrast, something like Blue Apron, it's a meal delivery service. I don't know what's the use for it. I mean, it gives you the raw ingredient, but you still have to cook it. It became a publicly traded company, I believe, but they keep losing customers. Maybe like, yeah, it drops to 50%, but it keeps losing until like after a year it becomes 10%. So it's like a leaking system. So another example would be Netflix, and they have only 70% drop rate after a month, but they usually stay around until like 7 years after, which drops to maybe 30%. So but it's good to know that drop rate is normal. Like I was trying to get almost 100% in the beginning, but that's unreasonable. Like I can expect maybe like 30% usage, I think. That's fair. And another thing to consider is, yeah, like that initial month drop rate has a lot to do with the onboarding process, how well you set up. So it's natural to be low in the beginning. I was aiming for 30%, but that's not the real metric I should be focusing. I should be focusing how much they keep using it after 1 month. And going back to think of Kaffae, it's pretty good. It does drop, but it doesn't drop that much after the first month. So it's all right. It was just a process of growing. So the guy was saying like I should focus on the growth once you realize like it doesn't drop that much afterwards. So, but yeah, I just couldn't figure out how to grow. Yeah, it's unfortunate. And yeah, so that was Kaffa. And for Inksprout, it's still too new to think about this like month-to-month drop rate. I can't, afford to wait around and figure out the drop rate before focusing on the growth. So all I have is like qualitative assessment slash like more like personal assessment, how much I like about this product and how much they will be planning to use, like what's the wow effect. So yeah, I want to focus on that aspect more. That qualitative assessment instead of like focusing on retention rate. I think I focused too much on the retention rate before and waited around for no reason. Uh, yeah, I should just keep working on new feature and try to talking to people. That's all I can do. And how much growth rate is crucial too. Growth or like word of mouth. I don't know, something to think about. So yeah, that is it. So see you. Bye.